Got a bit more colour today. Been here 3 weeks in Lyme, Mexico, which is one of the best clinics in the world set up for treating Lyme disease. And unfortunately, if I'd had this when I had my first tick bites, I would not be like near paralyzed and severely upper motor neuron deficits and damaged my tendons, ligaments, and hard to hold my head up, and spinal cord damage. But 2019, they had me walking, and I was starting to walk for the first time. I'd been bedbound for over like 10 years since the last tick, pretty much bedbound majority of the time, and just small outings on a scooter with my daughter when I could possibly do it, but even she had to help me, and she was 5 years old. So yeah, and I've had multiple tick-borne diseases ignored in Australia. We have really poor testing. They don't seem to care. They've eliminated like any collaboration with overseas doctors, testing labs, and that seems to be the way they want it at the patient's expense, which to me is criminal and genocide. And I hope one day they're held accountable for what they've done to people, because this didn't have to happen to me. I used to be a surfer. I love surfing, I love traveling, I love music, and it's just what this does is just soul destroying. As my doctor said, it's on parallel with cancer, if not worse, because at least cancer people get accepted and not ridiculed and gaslit, and as you get worse and worse. So my spinal cord damage occurred 21 to 23 because I was gaslit in Australia. When I went home after here improving, I walked into there and asked for help, and they just ignored me. So I didn't have to have spinal cord damage, and I didn't have to have all the other damage, and it's made it a lot harder to treat. And I mean, I've been treating this now on and off with the small amounts of treatment I could have in Australia, which are not acceptable. They're not advanced, but there was one doctor or two doctors trying to keep me alive, and then it got to the point I was dying 2019, and I had to sell my house and come overseas, so I had to sell everything I owned. And to get this at work and have to sell your own home to survive, I just think, how is, if they're doing this to workers, it's just unbelievable. Man, I don't want to go back to Australia because they're not going to help me, and I'm going to need follow-up, and I don't know what to do. It's like I want to live in Mexico. It's safer in Mexico than my own country, and that's saying something. And I worry about my daughter because she got it in utero, and she had to have a year's treatment. And like, what happens if something happens to me? Well, who's going to help her? She's going to go through the same thing if we don't get change soon in Australia. And it's not coming quick because the politicians are useless. They're bloody useless. And they're stupid. They're not scientific. And it's like no one seems to care. There's no rallies, there's no nothing. It's like we're just invisible to people. It's like the HIV people were treated before they knew about HIV.